Hi, my name's Hannah. I'm a freshman at Newberry College. I'm from Irmo, South Carolina, which is outside of Columbia, and I'm your Young Life leader. And this is my story. I always kind of grew up in the church. My family's Lutheran, and when I'm at home, I go to St. Andrew's Lutheran Church in Columbia, and I always grew up in the church. I always considered myself a Christian, but I didn't really know what that meant. There were certain things like in the Bible or at church that I just didn't know what they mean. Like, people are always saying, "Oh, I've been called to do this," and I was like, "Well, I don't know what I've been called to do, and I don't even know what that means." Then when I was in the 7th grade, I think it was my second semester of 7th grade, I was diagnosed with Crohn's disease, and I would pray about it, but I was just like, I don't know, I was like, how could God just put how could He bring about suffering in my life? Like, I had never experienced anything like that before. It was very painful for me. Like, there were certain days where I wouldn't be able to go to school because I was at the doctor or I just didn't feel good. And I just wondered, why would God put suffering in my life? I knew other people suffered, but I didn't really think, I would be one of them. And that's kind of something that I struggled with. But then when I was in the 12th grade, I signed up to go to the ELCA youth gathering in New Orleans with my church and my youth group. And I just thought it would be oh, this is just going to be a fun trip to New Orleans with my church, haha. And I mean, it was fun, but I guess it's during that trip that's when I kind of realized some things. They sent us out to do these service projects for the day, and my youth group and our team had been sent out to this it was like this church outside of New Orleans in this really poor area. And there were a lot of people there that couldn't read or write, and a lot of them weren't registered to vote, and there was a lot of theft and just bad stuff going on in their community. And most of the stuff that they had us doing was outside, like cleaning up the front of the church and picking up trash from around their little area. It started to rain while we were there, so we didn't really get to do much of our service project because it was outside. So we went inside the church, and there were 3 members from the church that were there. And they just kind of told us about what happened to them during Hurricane Katrina. And there was this one lady that before she could even talk to us, she just started crying, and she had to sit down. She was able to She was able to get back up and talk to us again. And she was telling us how that she prayed every day that something this horrible would never happen to anyone. And I kind of felt I felt the same way, with my Crohn's disease, I guess. And I guess that's when it kind of, clicked for me, because I was like, well, God might put suffering in your life, but He wouldn't do that for no reason. God will only put suffering in your life to make you, a better person and to make you stronger, and He's going to be with you, through that. So that's where it kind of, clicked for me. And when I came back from this, trip, I guess I kind of figured out, what a calling is, and then I realized that I felt called to serve God. And I don't know, I was going to come to Newberry for college, and I didn't want to come at all. I wanted to go to Alabama or USC, but I ended up at Newberry, and I didn't want to come at all. So when I came here, I was like, well, what's the point in me being here? But when I came to school, I think it was the first or second week, Sarah came up to me and started telling me about Young Life, and I had heard of Young Life because my school had it, but it wasn't big because it was new. So she told me that there was going to be a potential leaders meeting, and I decided to go. And I'm really glad I did, and I feel like God has called me to serve Him through Young Life, and I guess that's kind of where my story is right now.